It's your OP, and today I got AVN nominee Mr. Bobby Lucas from Smoke This Over podcast. Podcast AVN nominee.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
let's talk about it. First off, tell all my YouTubers who you are.
I am Kevin Arbor Silver Chap, aka the Porn Rap Star, the wonderful host of STO The Smokers Lounge. The STO stands for Smoke This Over. This podcast is where the adult film stars, people in that part of the world, come and talk and give that smoke and get their stuff off. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it's also to educate people about the business and also to show ladies and gents on the business is more than what you see on their Twitter feed. They have families. Many of them have degrees. Very smart. Some of these people left corporate America to pursue this and run their own business. So you teaching them how to do it, you know what I'm saying? You looking like a teacher and you teaching them, so there you go.
So, is this your first AVN nomination?
Yes, and it was a shocker. Because I've been in the business as a talent for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Never got nominated. Funny, as a podcast, I get nominated, so I don't get nominated for my stroke, but I get nominated for my talk game. So,
But that's a good thing. That's good feeling.
oh yeah. So, and it's good that ABN is recognizing podcasting because let's be honest, podcasting, YouTube, and all that, it's the medium that's pushing the other mediums. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just funny. Like when I look at how much people listen to podcasts, it's the new version of the talk shows now.
Yeah, it really is. So, okay, where can they find your podcast at?
Well, you can find my podcast everywhere. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Podbean. This new app called Good Pods, FullySwapRadio.com, um, SkyHawk@TalkTV.com. Any place where you can listen to your favorite podcast. And I even have a subscription side because a lot of things done changed. So I had to make moves because things happen. So my premium smoke room is now moved to loyalfans.com. And I'm revamping the subscription side on Spotify to
Okay.
this thing called Savage Smoke Sessions, where I talk to some of the top male talents in the business, and we really talk it up about the business. No sugarcoating, no. Now you get your money's worth.
Okay, good. So, who's been some of your most memorable podcasts?
um,
Episodes?
I could say Sarah J is one because she was a lady that I always wanted to work with, and I respected a lot. Having Richard Mann on. Um, but my favorite one is not even a porn star or a porn star. 'Cause I know we on YouTube. Um, is talking to a Tubi movie director.
Okay.
Shouts out to Brandon E. Cornett as well as T Million, T Terry Mills,
Mhm.
and it was interesting talking to them about what they have to do a film and all the stuff that they have to do, and even to distributing it to like Tubi or um, Amazon Prime and stuff like that. You know, because even to me, what I try to do is people that I find interesting, I like interviewing them because I think they'll make for great interviews, and also it'll teach people something. Because even to the point, like I always said this, why don't adult film creators, because they got more leniency now, why don't they make a movie that can be for the adult film and it can also double as something you can put on too, but just by the way you edit it. You know?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so I want to go watch that episode then. I feel like I can learn something from there.
Oh yeah. Because it was to the point where he was talking about how he wanted to use more girls that was in adult film. and have a movie casted by them, because especially the love making scenes, they're not scared to be naked or what have you. I mean, they're not gonna go full tilt because it's a movie. But you get what I'm saying? You can get more of the realism with the love making versus an actress that y'all seen it. She up there riding the bike and she got on some she dry boning the fella. So there you go.
Yeah. Oh, you got my brain flowing. Oh yeah, I definitely like that. Okay, so back to you. Are you gonna be going out to AVNs or?
Now, unfortunately, I ain't gonna be able to, because one, I wasn't expecting to get nominated anyway, and then two, it's expensive, and there's bills need to be paid.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize it's money in anything, but with podcasting, it's not much money. It is a labor of love, period.
Hmm.
And you have to find it. And now these platforms are just like an adult film game. They're changing, moving the goalpost. Like with Spotify. Spotify used to be able to. All you need was 1,000 listeners per month
Mm.
across all platforms. Now they just want you on Spotify. Just on
Mm.
Spotify. Period. And that's why I'm like, podcasts are good too. If you have another business, you mention your other business, because you find a way to make money with the podcasting. It's not
Mhm.
necessarily given, but people jump into it because they, just like they did with, the OnlyFans, they think it's a given that it's the money is there, not necessarily.
Okay. Yeah, that does make sense. So how do you feel on winning? Because okay, so I only know yours and maybe like one other one that's on there, but you're my friend, so you'll be who my YouTubers are voting for. But how do you feel like against the competition?
Okay, do you want the real answer or you want the
I mean, you give it to us raw. My YouTubers like it raw, really
okay,
raw.
wrong. Would I like to win? Yeah. But two podcasts that I already know, I probably will not get outvoted just because of who they are. Because understand that if I win, oh, believe me, I'm gonna be like, damn, well, my fan base stronger than I thought it was.
Hmm.
The Plug and Horrible Decisions, which are both respectable podcasts.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and AVN is kind of political people. Even though it might be a fan, you think they're gonna let Adam lose? Too much. I mean, don't
Yeah.
get it twisted, but either way, I'm happy for the nomination because it's a nomination that has nothing to do with sex. This is about talking about the business,
Hmm.
and it's nice seeing that there's more podcasts popping up. I just want the podcast to be like what you're doing, what I'm doing. We're not just entertaining, talking about, oh, how much we want to eat a D. She wanted to, kiss the D. He want to
Hmm.
hit from the back. No, we're actually educating people on getting into this business because it's so easy to get into business now. They're not thinking with a business mind or understand or can respect the business. Because sometimes when you got to work hard to get into something, you're going to respect it once you're in it.
Hmm.
And I had these conversations with many porn stars in this game of how hard it was back then versus now. Period. Plus, also the wide variety of what these ladies have to make money with.
Yeah.
More than men, just believe.
Hey.
I'm sorry, we could never do a coochie rating. Y'all get away with that with the D rating, but not no, they're not. We don't know. No.
Yeah, we're not paying. You can rate it for free if you want, but we're not paying for it. But yeah, that is one thing that I told people to put on their tip menu. So I don't know what people charge. Mine is $69.
Mm-hmm. I mean that's a good price because but I tell people Your price is your price. In this
Mhm.
business, you have to train your fan base. And I know it sounds crazy to hear, but you do.
Mhm.
You don't bend to the fan base. You want the fan base to bend to you. Because
Yeah.
what ends up happening is, it's like this. It's just like, I use the analogy when it comes to when girls, of the night, as they like to call them, they used to tell me, if I give him a discount one time, he's gonna expect it every time. So you train your base. This is my price.
Mhm.
Today's price is not yesterday's price. It's today's price. Period.
Yeah.
And if your fan base, and see, here's the difference. People talk about followers. It's not about followers. It's about subscribers and return customers.
Mhm.
Period. So that's why when you put your price, it's like you want it to be to where it's worth it, especially if you putting out high quality content.
Yeah.
Because shit, if you, like, for example, I hate when they do the free subscription because of this reason. Would you buy a free car? What you gonna do? If someone say, I got a car for you for free, what you gonna say? What's wrong with it? It's a
Exactly.
psychological thing.
Yeah. No, you sure right about that. So I'm gonna have to come back on the Smokers Lounge. I'm gonna have to come to Premium Smoke Room
Yes.
and all that. I just wanted to get you on here for a quickie because I'm doing my back-to-back AVN interviews.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm just, I'm thankful that I know a lot of the nominees. Like I'm going through it, I'm like, oh, this person, I know this person. It's like I know a lot of them. So I'm gonna try to get majority of the ones that I know on here and just, show them some love on my channel.
But see, I'm gonna tell you this. You and me are becoming the voices of our industry.
Mm.
And that's the one thing that I can sit back and I look at your progression. Jeez, people you just don't know, boy. She came a long way very fast.
Because I just said, you know what? I'm a nobody. I'm just was a manager at Whataburger, but y'all about to know who I am now. I'm about to show y'all.
Because see, the thing about it is, I tell people, to be a good podcaster, you got to be a good talker and be entertaining.
Hmm.
And you're a very good talker, you're entertaining. Even with you doing your classes, you still have to somewhat entertain them to keep them engaged in what you're talking about. You
They're
know,
paying me big money now, so of course I have to do it. They're honestly, my students are paying me the most money now. My courses are $600, and I no longer accept payment plans. So it's like you got your money, you ready for this class or not? And so this go around, I have 6 students.
see that flex was brought to you by Paisley Hayes.
And that
But see that it like this. I had a conversation with AZ porn star,
hmm.
and he's doing something, but he's doing it for the male side of it. And that's another reason why I did Savage Smoke, because a lot of these guys, and I'm saying this now, I love smoke people. 95% of the guys in this business is lames because they do not understand or respect the business. If you do not respect the business, you're not going to respect the women in this business.
Yeah.
And you're going to move a certain way. And us as men, we have a slippery slope because flirtation can turn to thirstiness real fast.
Hmm.
And we also have to take into account that when you're working with these women, and this go for content creators and all, it's a business. You're there to do a job. Your job is to be the male talent. Your job is not to date her and take her out afterwards, unless she give you that flavor. And some of y'all know the difference between on-set flirtation and she really digs you. There's a such thing as on-set flirtation.
Yeah.
Period. They don't understand that. And this little tidbits that I had to learn on the fly, that now these guys shouldn't have to worry about that because they have cats like me, like you, like many of the top talents that are going on these shows talking about
Hmm.
this. You
Yeah.
know, because at the end of the day, you don't want your reputation sallied because you pissed off the wrong chick. You know.
Yeah, we were talking about that in a couple of interviews I did before. We need to talk about that when I come on yours too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
See, y'all need to come to the Smokers Lounge because we chop it up. We chop it up.
So I'm gonna tag your YouTube when I drop this. Where else can they find you at?
You can find me, like I said, on Spotify, on all the platforms for the Savage Smoke. You can subscribe on Spotify. All you gotta do is hit the link. It'll take you to where you need to go, and you can watch it on your Spotify account. And for if you really want the Howard Stern edutainment, as my man Carolus One like to say, you need to go to the Premium Smoke Room on loyalfans.com. I'm talking about 5 premium podcasts, 3 sexy co-hosts, and yes, it gets more candid, it gets more outrageous, it gets more unpredictable, and things pop out. You don't know unless you subscribe, people. But don't get it twisted. Even though they might show you something, we also going to educate you while we showing you something.
I like that. Okay, okay. Well, we'll go check you out. Thanks for coming on here.
No doubt, it's my pleasure, and thank you.